So in this video here, we were exploring Rock Island State Park. This place, it's in Middle Tennessee. I'm gonna say 15-20 minutes or so from McMinnville. They have a campground there. We actually camped for a few days. And these are some of the pictures and videos that I got while we were there. This park is absolutely, if you love any kind of paddling, paddle boards, kayaking, boating, waterfalls, obviously, this is the place for you. It is absolutely gorgeous. They've got a sandy beach area that you can lounge, lay in the sun, just relax, take a dip in the water. And then where the little beach area is, there's a boat ramp for you to put in your kayaks, and you can paddle actually upstream. And all along that are these amazing waterfalls. They're everywhere. You can pull off, get out, get off your kayak. We walked around. It was like the whole area was just like a big magical waterfall. And the current is, it's a real slow current. So when you're paddling, it's not really hard work to get upstream. And of course, coming back, if you don't want to paddle at all, you can just, kind of relax. But I just wanted to capture, some of the scenery from this place. We've spent a couple of days there. We took some little, chairs that I think they're called mock-ins, where you just catch the wind in them and then seal them up, and just chilled by the water. Floated around, just taking in the waterfalls. There's hikes, stuff like that. And then, of course, there's McMinnville and Sparta. Neither one are a really far drive. Cute little towns to check out. But yeah, I would absolutely recommend this place. The campground's cute. I don't believe that any of the sites had full hookups, but they, of course, have a dump station. And the sites are kind of wooded, and they are paved. So that is really nice. And then our side actually had steps that went down to a big gravel area in the woods where your picnic table and your fire pit were. Another thing that's a must if you do go to this park and you do some kayaking is, if you can, stay for the sunsets and just floating down through there, looking at the beautiful skies you can see here with the waterfalls. It's just, there's just something about it. I don't know. And the fact that it's in Middle Tennessee, it's kind of out, in the middle of nowhere. It was just absolutely gorgeous, and the sky reflecting off the water and the sounds of the waterfalls. It's truly a magical experience. So a little bit of information about the campground, a little more details. They actually have two campgrounds. One is tents only. That campground has 10 sites. And each one of the sites do have electricity, water hookup, a fire ring, a picnic table, and then they also have a lantern hanger for you. And then the main campground has 50 sites. They, of course, have electric and water. I do believe, I know I had said I don't think any had sewer hookup, but I think there are maybe 4 or 5 sites that do have the sewer hookup. We've been there 2 or 3 times now, and we've not been able to get a site that has sewer. So that one, I don't know, those probably go pretty quickly. And then also, they have the calm part for the kayaking and, floating in the water. But they also, I think it is a pretty well-known area to do some whitewater rafting or whitewater kayaking if you're experienced. That's something we do not have experience in, so I don't really know much about that. But I do know that on up the river, the water is quite a bit rougher. And then I think from the beach, when you go the opposite direction from all the waterfalls and paddling upstream, I do believe it opens out into a lake where people do actually, have motorboats out on the water. Now, another recommendation I have while you're there is the Rock Island Trolley Stop. It's a little ice cream shop. They have all kinds of different ice creams, shakes. I think they might even have like some paninis and a couple of other things on their on their menu. I will say the ice cream there was absolutely delicious. They may have a few little sweet treats as well, but they've got a little outdoor seating. They have some games like cornhole. I think they had horseshoes. And then I've heard, they didn't have it while we were there, but I've also heard that they do sometimes have live music there as well. But it's just a really cute spot. It's only, I'm going to say maybe an 8 to 10 minute drive out of the park. Really cute little area just to check out for something to do. And this area here, you hike to it. There's a little parking area, but it's kind of like there's a couple of waterfalls there, and then they have a big pool area, and that is where quite a few people we did see swimming around, jumping off the rocks. I think it's okay to jump off the rocks there because there were plenty of people doing it. There were no park rangers there telling anybody that they couldn't do it. And it's actually right below the dam, so it gives you a really cool view of the area. And I was able to fly my drone to get a couple of these shots just to kind of see what it looks like from up in the sky and to try to showcase what that little waterfall swimming hole area looks like. And of course there were some waterfalls along the hike to get to this area. Pretty easy hike. It didn't take very long. I want to say maybe 15 minutes or so. And there's some little areas if you wanted to, just stop and float in the water and just relax where there's not, as many people. But really you can't go wrong in this park. There's just so many places to take in waterfalls, the scenery, get in the water to cool off. It's just, there's so much adventure to be had in this park.